This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
That we could talk about is the NFL. So now you've got the NFL owners the NFL owners and the players. They have agreed. The players didn't want any preseason games. The owners wanted 2. Apparently, right now they've agreed on 0. So no preseason games. Now, let me explain something to all of you out there when we talk about this with no preseason games. This is going to be tough for the Dolphins. They're in the middle of a rebuild. They needed training camp. They need preseason. They needed all those off-day workouts, those mini camps and all that stuff to see mentally who's grasping the offense, who continues to run the plays that are being called, run the right routes, make the right throws, make the right decisions. Just the mental approach to it all was really important for the Dolphins. When you don't have a preseason and your offseason has been completely annihilated, okay, and what are you going to have? You're going to have a 2-week training camp or something before you start the season? Is that what's going to happen? Because you think about it, we're at the end of July now. They're about to report. And if they stay there for a month, oh, my Lord, 90 players in and out of the facility, going back home, all that, oh, man, that's not good. Okay? That's going to set people back. You can bet your ass on that. But the other thing I was thinking about is, how do you really get a feel for Ray Lima? A kid that, looked like a pretty decent street free agent. Remember Preston Williams? Kirk Merritt is another kid from Arkansas State, the wide receiver. Benito Jones from Ole Miss, lineman. These guys they're going to struggle because they're not going to get the reps that they need. Remember, a lot of these teams are going to try to get ready for game 1. So they're going to try to get the players that they think are best suited for it. But if you're the Dolphins, your offensive line hasn't even settled in yet. You don't even know who's starting in all the spots. So how do you know any of your D linemen are actually doing a good or bad job? They might be blowing a guy up because he sucks, not because he's good. And what I mean is they might be blowing up the lineman because a lineman's terrible, which then doesn't really show anything on him, and you think he's good, but he's not. And so, Jason Stowbridge, the Weaver kid, all the draft picks are going to make the team. There's no doubt in my mind now that, you've got to be a complete bonehead to get cut now as a draft pick with the Dolphins. Okay? But the street free agents, you may not get the same kind of feel for those guys. And so it makes the job of deciding who belongs on your team and who doesn't that much harder. And that's the bad side. The good side is the same mistakes the Dolphins may end up making, so will other teams. And the Dolphins may be able to capitalize and pick up a player or two from somebody else that they didn't give a good opportunity and they couldn't get a good feel for him. But then they release him, Dolphins get him, put him on the active roster, and the rest is history. That could happen. Now, it could go the other way, too, that Miami releases a player that they didn't see enough from, and then he goes somewhere else, gets an opportunity, and he shines. But this is going to create an issue for coaches and front office executives. This will become more of a challenge for the Dolphins in order to kind of figure this whole thing out, And it's nice that they agreed to no preseason in a way to try to save the players, but it's also bad because, one, we get less football, and even more importantly, they have less football to really actually address and analyze the players that they need. And you can't have a practice against another team because, again, with the COVID issue, and it's funny how the players had to twist the arms of the owners in order to get everyday testing. How crazy is that? You would figure that now it's $125 every test. So that's why the league is like, well, and right now the plan in place, which is disturbing, is that they'll test every day for the first 2 weeks, and then after they're going to negotiate or talk about it, which there is no negotiation. You test every day. If you want people to go back out on the street, then you need to test them every day. Now, the sad part is you don't find out about the results till 24 hours later. So for 24 hours, that player is in and out of your facility possibly spreading COVID. It's agreed. They have to start it. There's too much money involved in all of this to allow it to just go by. You know what I'm saying? But this will be a challenge for the Dolphins. I promise you. Draft picks, they'll make it. But look, how about a guy like Malcolm Perry from Navy? Guy that we've all been intrigued to see. Now we don't get to see him in the preseason and see what he can do. It's a challenge, man. It's a challenge. Jean-Luc coming in strong on the super chat. He says, wear a damn mask from your mouth to God ears, Big O. The people not wearing masks are the ones killing the economy. Exactly. They're keeping businesses closed. They're keeping sports closed. And why? Because, we're taking away their rights. Oh. Wow. You're right. You shouldn't make me wear a mask. But you can make me drive a certain speed limit. Don't make me wear a mask, but you have to make me wait to a starting time for a movie. I can't walk in and then start the movie when I say, no, there's a starting time for it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's an expiration on your passport, on your license, and then you've got to go renew it. I don't know if you know that, but that's the rule. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's a rule. You drive on the right side of the road. That's the rule. You can't drive on the left side, Trumpies. I know, we're taking away your freedoms. You know, you should drive on the sidewalk if you want to. You should drive out in the curb, all that stuff, okay? I get it. I understand. I had a friend of mine that one day we left Key Biscayne, and if you remember back in the 80s, Bill, if you left Key Biscayne after 4 p.m., how was the traffic coming out of Key Biscayne back in the day after 4 p.m.? Do you remember?
I can tell you from being on the beach every Saturday and Sunday, post-football season, of course. We stay there till 8, 9 o'clock at night, watch the stars, roast marshmallows.
Why be in traffic for 2 hours?
Forget about it.
Right, and then US 1.
Oh,
right?
No, just
right.
It didn't matter.
Those of you that are old enough and cruised Dade County, I know some of you in Broward, you think you need a passport to go to Dade. All that's, I understand all of that. But in Dade, we have, Key Biscayne, and then it goes into US 1, and you can keep going south, right? But back in the day, and I don't know anymore if that happens. I doubt it because Key Biscayne is not what it used to be as a hangout. But the traffic was brutal, right? And if anybody remember, if you've been down US 1 as you're going south, there's a sidewalk to the right that's under the metro rail, correct? Well, a buddy of mine, which he's probably, a Trump fan nowadays, he did not want to wait the traffic on US 1 to go south because we were all I think we were going to Cazola's. So what he did was he got on that sidewalk. He jumped the curve, got on the sidewalk, and not only was he going down that sidewalk, he was doing about 50. And waiting for us at Cazola's when we got there. Because he didn't get busted. He had an Audi. He was crazy. He was out of his mind. But hey, they were actually taking his rights away. They were telling him that he had to stay in traffic because I don't know if you guys know this, that when there's traffic, you just got to stay in traffic. I don't know if you also know this. When you go to a drive-through, there's an order. You have to, when you take your order, there's another car. You can't skip those cars.
You can't get out of your car and just walk up to the window and, I'm the third car back, but I'm going to place my order.
That's the rule. I'm sorry. You know, the Trumpies have to learn that there's a lot of rules. It's a lot of rules, man. They live by a lot of rules and laws every single day of their lives. Hey, don't make me wear a mask, but I'll put an indicator on when I got to make a left. I won't cross the double line, but don't make me wear a mask. Come on. You know, the double line, I get it. I can't cross the double line. I got to stop at a red light? Oh, no. Rules. Kenneth, I've got a really cool name. Cleveland chimes in on a super chat. Thank you, Kenneth Cleveland. Once again, sir, that's your second super chat of the day. He says, it's my real name, LOL, half Cuban and half Simone. Is that what it means? And my last name's Cleveland. Figure that one out. That's pretty cool. Dude, it's a cool name, Kenneth Cleveland. I got to say, I would figure you to be like a football player, right? Kenneth Cleveland rushes for 1,000 yards. Kenneth Cleveland throws for 5,000 yards. Kenneth Cleveland runs the 100 meter in, like 4.2 seconds. Crushes Usain Bolt. It's just Kenneth Cleveland just sounds like a really cool name. So, yeah, nice job by you, sir. Miami Kid J says, Big O, don't forget I-95 also merges into US 1. Oh, that's a law. You got to, when you merge, you got to merge right into 95 right there into US 1. That's it right there. It's the way it goes. By the way, Trumpies, when you park by the beach and there's meters, you have to pay the meter. I don't know if you know that, but so you avoid a parking ticket. Oh, and by the way, you have to pay a parking ticket if you get a parking ticket. Okay, Trumpies? You don't have to wear a mask, but you have to pay for your parking ticket. Okay. Those are the laws. Those are the rules, man. I'm sorry. I can't help you, man. Those people now that don't want to wear masks, I think they need to, when you see them, say, remind them about all the rules and laws they normally live under. And say, man, I feel bad for you because they've taken all your rights away. You can go lobster fishing sometimes, and then there are other times you can't. I don't know if you know that, Bill, but you can't go lobster fishing every day. There are times you can't, Trumpies, okay? I don't know if you know that, but I just wanted the Trumpies to know that.
Mini season.
Okay, but there's only a mini season, okay? And remember, it has to be a certain size lobster, all right? You can't go get the mini-me of lobsters. No. Not allowed. Those are the rules. Just saying. Okay? Hey, pay that toll in Card Sound Road. You have to. Don't go past it. Don't blow through it. No. Those are the rules. Just saying. It's a shame, man. Those people, man, they must be frustrated now. Wow. They got to live under all these rules? Man. Life is not fun for them. Living under all those rules. Tell them that they have to pay for a concert ticket if they want to go to a concert. They can't just, I don't care. Yeah, when the concert's sold out, you can't come in anymore. Those are the rules. Lots of rules out there. Okay? Just want to make sure you guys know that. I like the name Jackie Daytona. So do I. Why'd you bring that up? What am I missing? What's Jackie Daytona? Is that like is that a thing or something? Is that social media? Is there some are Jackie Daytonas replacing Karens? What are we doing here? I don't know. You lost me on that one. Hey, you notice how people cry over rights to not wear masks but threaten to boycott sports if players exercise their right to kneel? Exactly. Same people. The same people that want businesses open don't wear masks. And it's moron. The business is not open because you're not wearing a mask. It's awesome. We want football back, but I'm not going to wear my mask. Okay, well then go ahead. Keep spreading it. We want kids back in school, but I'm not going to wear my mask. No. What's up with Broward order stating that people have to wear masks inside their homes? What? Really? No, I haven't seen that. Now, that's crazy. Now, Maybe you should wear a mask at home if you have transient people in your house. If you're allowing strangers in your house, your son or daughter's bringing friends over, then you know what? Yeah, maybe you better wear a mask. If it's the same people in the house, then no, of course not. But if you do have others coming in, then you have no choice. Can't have sex with animals even if you want to so bad. That's right, Pat. That's the rule. You can't have sex with animals. It's rules. Any idea on finding the best 53 scrimmages? Well, that's what they're going to have. They're going to have their own practices, and it's 55. They're going to have their own practices, and they're going to have 15 players on practice squad. So that's 70 that they're going to have on the roster now. And they're going to have 90 total during training camp. However long that training camp is, because I don't even know. We haven't even been told how long will training camp be because we don't have a preseason anymore. So you kind of knew how long training camp was because right when the preseason started, training camp was over. You know what I'm saying? Now we don't even know how long they're going to, when do you get down to the 55-player cut? We don't know. And I would imagine that it's going to be the weekend of right before the Thursday they start. I would imagine by Tuesday or Monday you're going to have that cut. Because with COVID and all that, they're probably going to let people hang on to players as long as they can so they can get not just the good ones, but the healthiest ones too, because maybe you have a good player that you have to put on. Here's the other thing. Do you have a COVID IR now? Instead of an IR, instead of whatever, there has to be a COVID list now that doesn't count against your roster spots.
I would hope. It would be smart. You can't penalize a team because it contracted a pandemic.
This is the same billionaire owners that print money, and they don't want to test every day. The one league that has more money
you saw the criteria.
than the NBA, Major League Baseball, and hockey combined. Those three sports don't produce
if you're
football.
Going to touch the coffer, man, we can't have that.
Exactly.
Can't have it.
Exactly. That's my point. So I wouldn't put it past them. No, because then that's more people you have to carry. That's more insurance that you have to pay. You understand what I'm saying? There's all these they're thinking of everything else, even though and here's the most disgusting part, Bill. They've been printing money for years.
Oh yeah.
Like if this is the year that you take a loss, who cares,
it
bro?
ain't gonna, yeah, it's not even
Who
gonna.
cares? You've been cutting a profit forever. And they're not cutting any losses, by the way. They have more than enough money to pay for everything, make it as healthy as possible and safe as possible, and still make oodles of cash.
Shows you how truly greedy, and nothing else matters. Nothing.
Bottom
you saw
line,
this 5% thing, right?
Yeah.
That will increase or will up. Can you see them, man? You could ready? Them messing with the tests. Them
I don't
pushing
think so.
back. Here, you know what?
Nah, I don't think so. Not that.
This
I don't
test
think.
shows up a day or two later, and it doesn't count on this day to push it over the 5%. If we push these tests back a day,
I don't think
response, we don't blip 6.
I don't think they'll mess with the medicals because
you understand what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, but in today's world, dude, no, because the medical people's livelihoods are on the line, and if they allow anything that gets altered, they can lose their medical license for that. So you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't fudge that kind of stuff. They'll just
they
say
did it with the head trauma stuff, man.
Right, but that was 30 years ago. That's stuff that got exposed after. Now in today's world, where everything's recorded and everything, there's a digital. You can't do it, bro.
You don't think you don't put it past these people to try to?
No, dude, they're just so cold and callous that up front they'll just say, no, we're not paying for it. We're not doing it. That's what they wanted to do testing in training camp every other day. And then the players got them to do it every day now. And now they've said every day for the first 2 weeks. After that, we don't know. And it's like, what do you mean we don't know? Don't you guys want this thing to work?
That's why they put in that 5. And what I'm saying is I could see where the NFL has a little powwow, and it's, oh, my God, today we hit 5.2% testing, which means we need to revert back to testing every day because of the 0.2. And I could see them going, is there a way that we could have that pushed back to the following day's results because we're that kind of thing past them? Okay.
I just don't think that they would fudge anything with the test. They'll just say, we're not paying for it. We're not doing it now. We can only go here and whatever. And look, in the end, I have a hard time believing this thing is going to survive as it is.